Columbus City Schools leaders say Lovely Kendricks was a student in the district. Kendricks attended East High School. Police say she was shot during a fight and died from her injuries.
Unfortunately, we don't know what's in the minds of people when they decide to bring gunfire to a fight.
Assistant Police Chief LaShawna Potts says preventing this type of violence isn't easy.
You don't have to reach for a gun every time there's an altercation. There used to be a time where people could have a fist fight and that's it.
It don't matter how you raise your kids. Once they get out in that world, it's open season.
"15-year-old Lovely Kendricks was a funny, ambitious, and smart young girl who had a personality out of this world. She was a ball of fun, always laughing, joking, and bringing joy to those around her. Lovely, as her name indicates, manifested a demeanor which was pleasant, polite, and very respectful. She always presented a positive impression towards her teachers and school community. She had a passion for Chinese culture and began learning how to speak Chinese at an early age. Lovely just started 10th grade as a new student at East High School in Columbus, Ohio, where she was a cheerleader and loved to play sports. Recently, the school celebrated its 100th anniversary at their new location, and Lovely, like most high school students, enjoyed taking part in the various school festivities. Such a bright light, and way ahead of her time. No one could have ever predicted the chain of events that would soon take place. Around 3:20 p.m. on October 10th, Columbus police responded to ShotSpotter alerts and 911 calls about shots fired in a parking lot at Franklin Park off of West Franklin Park Avenue, south of East Broad Street. When police arrived, they discovered a teenage girl suffering from a gunshot wound.
This road here is by Franklin Park West. You can see police have the road blocked off. And if we look over into the park, you can see just how much of the park is blocked off by police tape right now as investigators try to figure out exactly what happened here.
The girl was identified as 15-year-old Lovely Kendricks of the Near East Side. She was transported in critical condition to Nationwide Children's Hospital, where she sadly succumbed to her injuries at 9:35 p.m. According to the Columbus Division of Police, Lovely was with a group of girls in the park when a fight broke out. Police have not said whether Lovely was involved in the fight, but at least one gunshot was fired, striking only her. Initially, information about a suspected shooter was withheld by police. Lovely had attended East High School, located on the other side of East Broad Street from the park where the fight and shooting took place, leading police to believe that the students involved in the fight possibly all attended the local high school. At the sound of gunshots, a community member who lives across from Franklin Park ran to her front door and saw Lovely lying in the grass. Almost immediately, she ran over to deliver first aid until paramedics arrived. She felt compelled to help Lovely because as a mother of a 15-year-old herself, she didn't want to see a child left injured and alone. She, like many, was heartbroken to hear that Lovely did not survive the senseless shooting. Assistant Police Chief LaShawna Potts insists that the city's parks are safe, though Lovely Kendricks' death is at least the 7th shooting at or near Columbus City parks this year, resulting in at least 5 deaths and 5 injuries, including that of an 8-year-old girl.
About 6. There were 2, and then it paused, and then there were like 4 or 5 more.
Misty was in her house across the street Tuesday afternoon when she heard the gunfire. She first checked on her mom, then ran across the street to help after she saw a young girl on the ground.
I took my sweater off, and she put the pressure on, and I said, she was just, stay with me, stay with me.
She says another girl with Lovely let out a scream when she saw the 15-year-old.
That scream, that guttural scream, just really, that's what I had nightmares about last night.
There have been several shootings and homicides in Columbus parks in the last 2 years. The city installed portable cameras and paid Columbus police to work additional shifts to patrol the parks. In May of 2021, 16-year-old Olivia Kurtz was shot and killed in Bicentennial Park. In June of 2021, 17-year-old Mackenzie Ridley was shot and killed at the Far East Community Center. Columbus police say it's been a struggle to get video and information from witnesses. Neither of those homicides have been solved. Misty is hoping whoever shot and killed Lovely is arrested soon.
If you would have been where I was, sitting there holding her hand, checking her pulse, listening to her sister, they deserve to be put away.
Columbus Mayor Andrew Ginther issued the following statement. I am heartbroken at the violent death of a 15-year-old in our city, and I grieve with her family. The epidemic of guns is costing us the next generation of residents and leaders because arguments escalate so quickly to gunfire. I am beyond frustrated that the state and federal government will do nothing to keep firearms out of the hands of those who have no business with them. We will continue to fight crime locally by putting more officers on the street, investing in cameras and other technology, and offering a variety of programs to engage our young people. Lovely's parents, who initially declined to speak with news outlets, are still trying to come to grips with the reality of their daughter's murder. So young, so much life left to live, so much more to accomplish. Just a couple of weeks ago, they were putting together the plans for her homecoming dance and activities, and now they are faced with the difficult task of planning her funeral. A vigil was held at Franklin Park just 2 days after her passing to honor her life and to celebrate the amazing and outgoing young girl that captured the hearts of many.
Lovely was funny. She loved to laugh.
She danced.
She was a ball of fun.
Lovely Kendrick's parents tonight in an NBC4 exclusive. It comes one day after the 15-year-old's death. She was a student at Columbus East. Columbus police say someone shot her Monday afternoon.
I just want the world to know that we need justice. My daughter was so ambitious and over the top. Like,
She was like a light.
she was amazing. She was ahead of her time.
Gun violence has affected the lives of Clarence Roberts and Doris Moore in a way they could have never imagined. Their daughter,
Her name Lovely Starmisha Nevaeh.
shot Monday afternoon. Columbus police say the gunfire followed a fight at Franklin Park. Hours later, police announced Lovely Kendricks died from her injuries.
This is just her. That's her personality. It's her.
And just weeks ago,
Her first homecoming.
Moore says her daughter was a sophomore at East High School, studied Chinese all her life, and had recently tried making dumplings on her own for a project.
She did good. I watched her. I didn't help her. I just guided her.
Her father says Kendrick's mother always made sure she was involved in various activities.
The perfect mom. It don't matter how you raise your kids. Once they get out in that world, it's open season.
And to the person responsible for taking his daughter's life,
Go ahead and turn yourself in and, you know what I'm saying? Because I know you couldn't have meant to kill that baby. Turn yourself in and live with that.
Lovely's father tells NBC4 his daughter will be remembered for so much more than what happened at that park on Monday. A lot of people brought pictures, shared memories of Lovely, and were wearing red, her color, for her. Many people say the 15-year-old's name was perfect for her because everything about her was lovely.
In fact, one of the people who spoke thanked her parents for sharing her with the world. Another used to work concessions at Clippers games with Kendricks and said the line would be around the corner just to get things from her. Kendrick's parents have said she was a ball of fun, and someone tonight said she was the type of person who could turn a frown upside down.
Lovely's senseless death is the 110th homicide in Columbus this year. In a statement, CCS Superintendent Talisa Dixon said it was important for the community to support each other through the grieving process. Columbus City Schools said the district's care team and school counselors are at East High to provide support for students and staff. 48 hours after the shooting, police released the name and photo of a suspect during a news conference.
Right now, investigators are searching for the 18-year-old they believe is responsible for a deadly shooting at Franklin Park. Rashawn Adkins has been charged with murder connected to the death of 15-year-old Lovely Kendricks.
Columbus police are actively searching for 18-year-old Rashawn Adkins. Investigators say at this point they need the community's help getting this boy behind bars, and they're asking Adkins to turn himself in.
It's the right thing to do. For the city, for this family, for our victim.
That's the message Columbus police are sending to 18-year-old Rashawn Adkins. Adkins has been charged with the murder of 15-year-old Lovely Kendricks.
Come and speak to the detectives. Let us figure this out. It's the best way for this to get the process, or at least to continue the investigation.
It's still unclear if Kendrick was involved or just a bystander. Through evidence, police were able to identify Adkins as a suspect. This is what he looks like. Police are even showing these pictures of his tattoos so the community can be on the lookout.
To anybody in the community, family, friends who know this individual, let us know, help us out. That is what this is all about. It's a partnership, it's about relationships, and if the community is willing to be part of that, that's going to be, again, the next best thing. From April to mid-June, there were 7 shootings at city parks and recreation centers. So when asked about overall park safety, there are things that happen, and unfortunately we had these, several tragic incidents. And again, we want to reassure people that the parks are safe, and if we need to readjust some of our resources, things of that nature, then we certainly would do that.
Police are encouraging anyone with information leading to the whereabouts of Roshon Atkins Jr. to come forward. The investigation remains ongoing.